Have you ever felt the Wednesday blues where you just wake up, you get out of bed, you feel like doing nothing, you feel numb, you feel extremely tired, you feel like you just want to lay in bed 24/7 and not even go on your phone, just be in your thoughts? That was me today in the morning, right? Could be completely honest, like even though I felt that type of way, I knew I had to get up because you gotta understand that every day is a beautiful day. Every day is a blessing that you're able to wake up. That's a blessing right there. And you gotta truly understand that if you really want to see something out of your life, if you want to see success, if you want to make friends, if you want to have the social circle, if you want to have the financial freedom, but by any means, it really comes down to how you behave on a daily basis. Are you consistent? Are you disciplined? Or are you just motivated where you just, kind of go off each day, and on random days you're like, oh wow, I need to do this, and then you do it, but then the next day you don't, and then a couple of days after you don't, and then you just repeat the cycle, right? I find it very fascinating how I get the Wednesday blues, and even though I'm so sad, I still focus on the key habits that I need to focus on, whether it's like going outside for a walk, whether it's meditation, whether it's reading, whether it's actually trying to, push myself forward. You gotta understand that as a man, you gotta realize the only way you're gonna be happy and successful is by putting in the reps, by showing up every single day, by being consistent and seeing progress throughout the days, essentially, right? Throughout the months, throughout the years. You're not gonna see drastic changes in a week. You're gonna see drastic changes because it compounds over a year. So for you guys, like if you're looking to really get to the next level, you oh, that's a nice tag. But if you're looking to get to the next level, you gotta understand you must be consistent with what you do. For me, I've been writing close to 30 days. Even though the writing piece for me, like that's a medium, that's a format for me to be grateful, for me to be able to be more creative. So I don't really care if people read it, but the fact that I'm able to be consistent for almost 30 days, it's like day 29, I believe, or day 28, that's amazing in my eyes, right? That's dedication, that's courage, that's me being consistent, that's me being disciplined, because there's times where I just didn't want to write anything and I just wanted to discard it and give up on it. But the reality is, for me, if I want to see the success that I want, it all comes down to putting in the work, putting in the reps, right? So you guys gotta understand that to see the success that you want, you need to have a good amount of volume, essentially, right? Let's just say you're getting into sales, you're getting into coding. To be able to actually level up in those fields, you have to master it by putting in volume at the start, going ham, meaning, you know, literally calling up people 200 times a day, 300 times a day, consistently for, 6 months. Or even when it comes to coding, it's you coding for 7 to 8 hours, trying new projects, learning the foundation, and then trying new things along the way, making mistakes. That is a volume right there, because you're putting in a lot of work, and that amount of work is going to compound, and once it compounds, it's going to show you that you actually leveled up and you actually retained a lot of information, or you actually learned a lot in the process, right? So instead of just being like sad, oh, like I have the blues, or whatever the case is, turn that sadness into feel. For me, whenever I'm angry or sad, or I'm feeling like emotion that I don't feel like it's the best, like I'm not saying emotions are unhealthy. Emotions are very healthy. You guys gotta understand how to regulate your own emotions. But to be able to regulate your own emotions, it's to actually figure out different ways to regulate it, right? Everyone has different processes or systems in place to be able to regulate their emotions at a healthy way, in a healthy way. But for you, like if you see these emotions, you could turn them into energy, essentially, right? Because everything is energy. The way we see things, everything is energy. The way we speak, that's energy. The way we make decisions, the way we're doing like certain movements, all that is energy. So everything is energy based. But you gotta understand that you could turn those negative emotions, or those, not the best emotions, like anger, like you being angry, you being sad, to feel, right? Especially if you're a man, and you're looking to really provide, you're looking to become the best version of yourself, it really comes down to like, what are you doing on a daily basis? And with those emotions, you turn that into fuel to be able to succeed, right? And whenever you're feeling a rut, this is me specifically, I'm talking to myself right now in this scenario. When you're in a rut, you gotta figure out, you gotta do a life audit, you gotta figure out exactly what's going on, which areas are not serving you, and which areas are serving you. And the things that are not serving you, get rid of them. And then with the beliefs too, this takes time, right? To really understand your limiting beliefs. Once you figure out your limiting beliefs, because the goal here is to really think abundantly, right, guys? Not to have that scarcity mindset. It's more of being abundant. Because when you're abundant, you're gonna be grateful for everything. You're gonna be like, okay, money is very easy, it flows. You know, making friends is very easy. Friends come and go. That's just the reality of things, right? You gotta learn that life is all about experiences. Things are gonna come and go. Things are gonna just, come to you naturally. You're gonna attract it if you're that type of person, right? So when you're in a rut, do a life audit of all your areas. Figure out what's serving you and what's not serving you. Once you figure that out, you're good. You're golden, literally, right? This video might be super short. It might be kind of like off topic. I was talking about the Wednesday blues when you're sad, but the reality is, guys, if you don't turn that sadness into fuel, what's gonna happen? You're just gonna be sad throughout the day, because what you think about is gonna constantly replay in your mind, right? But if you think negatively and then you think positively, you're breaking the habit essentially. And no one wants to be sad, no one wants to be angry throughout the entire day, right? It's just not sustainable in a way. It's like, you are your own thoughts, you think of these things, and it's up to you to really challenge yourself to become the person you really want. Because if you want to be successful, how are you going to be sad throughout the day? You must be happy. Happiness is a choice, guys. Like, literally, me creating this video, I'm so grateful because I'm super happy now. I'm able to chat about this topic specifically. I'm able to really make an impact on this world. And I want you guys to understand, you guys got the ability to do the exact same thing. Figure out what you truly want to do in your life. Be consistent. Be disciplined with the habits that you want to show up every single day. Do a life audit. On top of that, remember, you have a vision in place. If you don't have a vision in place, think of a vision to a point where you have that burning desire to actually do the things that you need to do. That's all for today, guys. Just remember to take it easy and everything will be fine. Peace.